Listen. Contradicting yourself allows you to stay in place between two opposing ideas, right? And I feel like we've been seeing like so much of that contradiction, right? With like Ougi being contradicting, like that's what I was talking about last episode. Ougi was contradicting herself like constantly, or like with the whole don't get engaged thing, stay out of it, and then later the call to action, come help me out, right? That was very strange to me. Here, contradicting yourself allows you to stay in place between two opposing ideas. That's kind of true. I haven't really thought about it that way. That freaking sync that idea up with Ougi's name being somewhat fuzzy, potentially, based on this interpretation of the Ougi nonsense. Like how something about war in the fan shape, right? Like if Ougi right here, so there can't possibly be a fuzzy line of judgment. If there was such a thing, it must be a battlefield, right? It'd be less of a battlefield and more of a fan shape. In my case, simply the Ougi. So like there can't be a fuzzy line of judgment. If there was one, it would be a battlefield, and a battlefield is an Ougi, and an Ougi is me. It's me. You know what I'm saying? So like perhaps the contradictions are a method in which this fuzzy line of judgment is coming across, which then is the move to deal with these complicated situations where Araragi wants to win it all, because you can't be on both sides of the same argument, right? It necessitates conflict to be. That's what's so insane about this fight we're about to get into. It necessitates, like, Araragi has to pick a side, so you can't really play both sides, or so you would say, right? But I think Araragi would want to play both sides. I mean, the shogi metaphor comes to mind. The whole I'm on both sides of the shogi board, right? And it's Araragi and Ougi on both sides of that. I really like that metaphor, went hard, right? And so that would kind of be like, that's like contradicting. You get to do both in the same way that a fuzzy line of judgment is kind of like you get to do both. Wow. That one came off the top. That one I wasn't even ready for. I haven't even opened my drink yet. I'm going to put that at the start of the episode. I mean, we're just going to get into it at this point, because, I mean, it calls. The monogatari calls to action, okay? But yeah, let's get this going. Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Monogatari. Tonight we're on episode, what is it, 5? Yeah, episode 5 of Owarimonogatari Season 2. Oh! It's nice early in the morning for me. I just woke up. You know, kind of unusual for Monogatari. Maybe this is like a, kind of similar to what's happening with like Araragi and Ougi a little bit, right? Where it's like, you know, this is playing both sides, right? The two opposing ideas, recording at night versus recording in the morning. I usually record hellishly late at night. But guess what? It's 8 a.m. And in the past, I would be about to go to bed at 8 a.m. recording. No. I just woke up 8 a.m. and I'm recording, right? We play both sides, all right? The shogi board is between me and myself, me and my past self. Whoa. But yeah, let's focus up. We do have the comments up. We already have them up because I probably already have it up because I was talking about the comments just there. Last episode was an interesting episode. It was very, it's funny how like Ougi low-key like steals the episode away from Senjugahara, right? Where we have like the Senjugahara part in the kind of middle end area of, I mean, all the stuff of her doing the different challenges, right? The bowling, the karaoke, and then finally the like her pressing Araragi for the white day, like not getting a gift, all as a means to get Araragi to say, or to call her by her like first name, Hitagi, as opposed to just Senjugahara, which is very sweet, right? And because she didn't actually need to press him, right? That was like, she didn't want to really press him. She actually didn't care about not getting a gift. But then she was like, oh, wait, I can use this, because she kept losing the other challenges, right? Right. So that's pretty funny. That's pretty cool. But compare that to literally what is surrounding it on both sides, which is Ougi and Ougi, you know? The Ougi dream, and then the Ougi showing up in the real world at the end, right? Where, I mean, just yapping a ton. We're going to have to relook at some of the dream yapping scene, I think. But tons of yapping in that department. Ultimately, though, Ougi being like, hey, come help me out, right? I'm about to go walk into a trap, presumably Gaon and company, and I want you there to help me on my side, which is, you know, like, it's one of those things that Ougi, obviously, like, I've called, like, the antagonistic force a lot. And so you'd be like, why would Araragi work with Ougi? But like actually going through it, it's like, when has Araragi and Ougi like really, like, I feel like Araragi has not really shown antagonistic energy towards Ougi ever. Like, Araragi's never been antagonistic with Ougi. Ougi's been antagonistic with Araragi, right? The whole, like, I like watching you pain kind of thing, you know? And then obviously, like, Ougi versus Hanakawa is a great example of that, like, rivalry being formed. But, like, with the Ougi versus Hanakawa thing going on, like, Araragi's not clearly on Hanakawa's side, you know? Araragi kind of takes a weird, like it's almost like Ougi and Hanakawa are fighting over Araragi, if nothing else, you know? So, with Ougi in this position, it's like this call to Araragi kind of feels like it's gonna work. Especially, Comment put it well. She knew completely well Araragi won't abandon anyone. Yeah, like she knows exactly where to poke, right, to get him to move. But yeah, let me just go top to bottom. Ugh, we gotta wake up. We gotta eat. Whatever that was, that's the energy we need for this episode. We need to be ready for this one, okay? This episode's about to cook. We gotta be unlocked in key. Okay. Okay. Ooh, Ougi's definition is a fan. So this is really interesting, and I don't freaking understand it very well. And what I mean by that is it's playing with a lot of the, like, Japanese wordplay, which is always just something that I kind of just gotta take as given because you boy don't know Japanese kind of deal. But the part that is, like, I think helpful to remember, especially going into this, is that Ougi is like a call to war, I think is the idea kind of put here. And it was put really interestingly, like the certain call to something uncertain somewhere in here. I'm sure we'll find it. Which does feel very, like, it's almost like a little paradoxical in just the way you put it, like it almost juxtaposes itself, but it does make sense, right? That you certainly make things uncertain. You know, that is something you could do. It's just you're kind of playing with the opposite of it, which is growing to seem very Ougi. The thing I already just talked about like the fan. So there can't be a fuzzy line of judgment. If there was one, that would be a battlefield, aka an Ougi. Which is weird. This is crazy to me that Battlefield and Fan Shape are both Senjo, which is the part of, like, and I guess you've touched on this before. It kind of slipped my mind. Not even gonna pretend. I don't even know what to do with that. Is the thing. You know what I mean? Like, why is Battlefield and Fan Shape in Senjo's name, but also kind of Ougi's name? What do you mean? You know, I don't even know. I don't even know where to bring that one to bat, right? Ougi is equating yourself with something fuzzy. I like that idea. I can kind of see that with how you've pathed it. So, and I do like how that kind of plays with, like, the contradicting that Ougi seems to be doing. Right here, the certain force is something uncertain. I like the way of putting that too. Translation stuff. The original still manages to be more crazy, all in context. Real. This is the Ougi as the universe type deal. There is something funny that you kind of point here. The only backhanded compliment she gave, and this is, I think, Senjo, right? Senjo gave to Araragi is that he is acknowledgeable about the cosmos, which is funny. Araragi pretends to know nothing about us, and this is a separate comment. Araragi pretends to know something about astronomy, literally banking on the audience forgetting him, saying the exact opposite in Bake 2. Not gonna lie, he banked correctly. I completely did not recall that he remembered that. But, I mean, I remember, like, he must, I guess in the episode where he was laying down with Senjugahara under the stars, he was probably cooking there with astronomy too, right? Like, that would make sense. So, Araragi, like, I know, it's kind of funny for him to be banking on that. Like, because I do think that makes sense for him to be flipping it the opposite and just, like, self-contradicting and not calling himself out on it, just to see if, like, anyone notices. Like, I think that makes a lot of sense. That is kind of like, that's kind of what he does with Ougi, or, like, what happens to him with Ougi, right? Where he forgets about whatever Ougi says, and then the narrative kind of shifts around that. Like, he's kind of shifting the way the narrative hits him, consciously or not, because he keeps forgetting the things with Ougi, and so it's being all weird in that way. He's kind of doing the same thing with us. Like, he's the Ougi, and I'm the Araragi. I'm literally Araragi, right? It's just, in this case, it's with the information he gave previously, where he directly contradicts it and doesn't even care, right? Oh my goodness, 0 seconds ago, Pink cubed reply. Big if true. But yeah, so that's kind of funny. The clashing with Ougi, those who reside in those clashing, such as Ougi with Hanakawa, calling her a rival. Ogi is envious of a white sort of correction of the wrong that Hanakawa does. That's a funny way to put it. I guess that would kind of make sense. I just didn't think of it that way. Like, especially, I kind of like the way that Hanakawa approached the Sodachi situation with, like, waiting with Araragi until there was something, and then she kind of course corrected a bit, right? That felt, or like she course corrected into making the right decision as opposed to just like breaking whatever was there. She was like guiding rails, right? She was like bowling the bowling help me lanes, you know? So that kind of, I don't know, I haven't really thought of her as doing that white correction, but I guess that kind of works. Where Ougi is definitely doing the black. This part is crazy. Ougi is the principles of the universe, yet she is not the darkness, expounding an esoteric story from the cosmos, the 88 constellations. Who is Ougi? Double nail-biting emoji. That's the thing. Principles of the universe, yet she's not the darkness. Then what is the darkness if not the principles of the universe? Because it was originally described the darkness was originally described as like a principles of the universe type thing that was like, this is how it works, you know? This is like the rules. So if Ougi is that, but not the darkness, then what is it's like, what is Ougi? But it's also like, then what is the darkness, you know? Yeah, I would just, currently I'm saying it's two different methods of approach that were used from Araragi. I like just pinning them both onto Araragi, because that seems to make sense. Like, what else is it, you know? Though, who's to say? Maybe the darkness, I don't know, because I'm kind of thinking back to, like, the afterlife thing. Right, there was a comment on on hell that was like, maybe this is like a group belief that then has formed it, you know, where it's like, oddities are based in belief, so maybe it's not just Araragi, but it's like a group thought that then has formed the belief of the afterlife, that then boom, now we have hell. Something like that, you know. So I guess the darkness could be something like that, where it's like the darkness is the rule system that like everyone that knows about oddities kind of believes, and so that's then what it becomes, and that's then what it is, even if it's not Araragi like 1-to-1, and then Ougi would be the 1-to-1 thing that Araragi comes out with. Like, I could see something like that going on, but I don't know, like, that's getting real speculative, you know? It's just a speculative show, yeah. Who is Ougi? That is the question. I think it's just, I mean, I don't know. It's Araragi. That's all I gotta say on that, right? And then the dream stuff, the OST that which plays is called Butterfly's Dream. And then in the novel, it has to do with transformation, metamorphosis, change. The key takeaway is it happens in dreams. Okay, so that's connected to Ougi, right? Because that was happening in a dream. Or like Araragi's dream with Ougi, right? Was there any like a great change in there? It is a calling for war. That's very scary. Dude, the italics go hard. The italics go hard. What change? I mean, let's try to take the sentiment into when we actually scroll through, right? Let's try to take that sentiment into when we actually scroll through. It happens in dreams. The change happens in dreams. It's just, it's so weird because Araragi, and somebody else says this, right here. Araragi, shout out Fueko, literally forgets it later in the episode, right? That whole dream sequence. And we have had this forgetting thing before. That is a very like Araragi Ougi thing, right? But to have it happen within the same episode is so direct for that I feel like we haven't seen that level of like directness before. Or like, I don't know about directness, but maybe just like how quick it was. I feel like it's never been within the same episode Araragi's forgetting, right? It's usually like something we haven't even seen like this. She may have made some offhand remark about them in the course of one of our idle chats. Like, I don't think we ever saw the offhand remark that this part from Owarimonogatari, Kiyomi Mountain is referring to, but we don't get to because Araragi like forgot about it, right? But that's different from this one where Araragi, the dream plays, and then Araragi says later in the episode that he forgot about it, which almost doesn't even make sense inherently because, bro, Araragi, you're telling me the story, right? Like, we know that, like these are kind of like done in that style with Araragi being the narrator to us. And I've always kind of taken that like not from like from a he's kind of like actually there telling me the story way. That's kind of the way I've always taken it. So for him to say here's the dream, and then later in the episode I completely forgot about it. It's like, well, bro, then how did you tell me the dream, like narratively, like meta wise? You told me the story of the dream, right? So somewhere you remembered it, or somehow you know of it, but within that day you didn't know of it. So did it come to you later and you remembered it, or did Ougi tell you about it and you pieced it together, or did you actually remember it and then just claimed you forgot, right? What are you doing? Why are you fuzzifying everything? Fuzzifying is Ougi's job, right? I don't know. That's just kind of the crazy thing about it. Like that level of immediate flippery. That immediate flippery. Wait, I kind of like that. I do think this is cooking with the bake, where Senjo is maybe fishing for the name, the first name jump back in bake. It is kind of crazy how long they've known each other and they're still... And that Araragi was still referring to her as Senjugahara. I say that's a little crazy. I actually don't really know how crazy that is because, that's a Japanese language thing. I assume that's a little weird for how long it was that they kept it at that arm's length, especially when they were like girlfriend, boyfriend for that long. I would assume that's kind of strange, but I couldn't really say fully. Because, I don't know the freaking social practices like perfectly, right? Like when it would be strange and when it would not be. But to see it back in bake as her trying to make that jump, that seems reasonable to me for her to try to do that at that time. And then he changed his doggy but added the san honorific. So for him now for Senjugahara now to say like no honorifics, it almost might feel like her calling back to this a little bit. So no, I think that's definitely a good read there. Ougi do be cooking. I just love the different PFPs people have. Isn't this a Girls Less Tour PFP? I freaking love it. Anyways, for this part, my fault on that. I thought, okay, listen, when you said the are you reading different subs? I thought it was like some sort of like 200 IQ passive aggressive dig at my reading comprehension, which is like, you know what, maybe a little warranted. I'm not, I get it. I totally get it because your boy was a little stuck on it for a minute there, but that's what I thought you were doing. So no, the subs are the subs. Whatever is on screen is whatever I'm literally seeing. I'm not flipping the subs or anything like that. But no, yeah. So yeah, the subs I read are the subs that y'all see. So we're clear on that. So some of this stuff I think is kind of cooking. There's a part I quite like about this of like this part right here. Well, I mean, I agree with this. This is cooking, but this part I actually like. I find quite interesting. I consider this the darkest episode in the show, and it's pretty rough to rewatch. That's pretty crazy. Not in a bad way. No, that's crazy in an interesting way, right? Because like actually watching it, I mean, like dark. Oh, it's crazy because like the darkness is kind of hidden. You know what I mean? Where like, yeah, we have like Ougi or whatever on the cap ends, but with all the Senjugahara stuff in the middle, like on a kind of more surface like read, it's kind of like, oh, I don't know. It feels like like they're finally getting to go on their date again, and it's kind of sweet, and like, oh, the Hitagi thing was really cute, right? But like the immediate parallel or like juxtaposition with Ougi showing up in the real world, and then the Ougi dream sequence as well does kind of like put a layer of like doubt over like the Senjo scenes where it's like what was actually kind of going on there. If we're just kind of hiding, like if we're like, because I almost feel like the Senjo scene is trying to like distract us from the Ougi scenes a little bit, and maybe I'm crazy for that, but this entire Senjo arc has felt like a weird kind of like side swerve, but everything is like brewing underneath, right? Because we know all this counterattack stuff is going on. And so Araragi like spends this entire like arc like dodging the counterattack stuff, right? He's not really part of the situation, which is kind of crazy because dude, he's literally going on this date with Senjugahara, and Ougi appears in his dreams and says stay out of it. Like, bro, he was already staying out of it, you know? So that does maybe lead to the whole why Ougi said that, because Ougi actually wanted Araragi in there, just wanted Araragi on her side, right? But that's kind of jumping to a side thing. But yeah, just this entire arc has felt like a little like malicious undertones the entire time. So to see this as the darkest episode in the show, I do think is kind of cooking. The OP is a highlight reel of Senjo moments we've never seen or heard of. No, yeah, true. That was kind of what I was thinking too, right? Whereas like the different dates that could have been. I guess this we've never seen or heard of. That wouldn't even been. That would be a little different. Where it's not the dates that could have been, but it's like what she was doing while we weren't looking, right? Like her living her life. I mean, even the driving thing where she gets her driver's license. That's like we didn't get to see any of that happening, right? And so it's like she's been doing all this stuff and we haven't been around for it. And for Araragi, I mean, that's his girlfriend, right? So it's that has like a layer of like kind of some sadness or whatnot there. This is a big line. The greatest hits come before the farewell, more of a finale, as Araragi said last episode. Yeah, and because then it's and like Ougi said, like, how was your last date with Senjo Gahara? You know, that's kind of even pushing that. Oh yeah, and you even say it right here, right? Last date, after all. That's kind of the same thing there, right? Agreeing to something for the rest of his life because it's easy to hold and there's not much of it left. It's crazy because I've kind of thought about that with Araragi going to his death with the Gon thing. But yeah, perhaps there's a similar sentiment even now again, right? Though, yeah. I like the well, let me just keep cooking because I think it's a little deeper in here. That's just kind of a schmacker. He pretends to know nothing about astronomy, literally banking on the audience for getting him saying the exact opposite in Bake 2. Homeboy banked well. He got me there. He totally got me there. Yeah, oops. It reminds me of the math thing. Didn't like he was good in math way back in Bake? And because that was something I thought was relevant with the Sodachi stuff, that like we should have actually known that he was good at math. Or something like that. Like I think that was previously said, but here it's directly contradicted as opposed to just maybe like left a little, whatever. But he hears of Senjo's ambitious future plans, which in stark contrast to his own. Him going to the uni is literally just because she's going to the uni. That I do, yeah. That is pretty. Like I don't know. They have no personal motivation behind them. It's one of those things where it's the way he's like stepping outside his own life a bit, right? Where he's not at the wheel, so to say. He's not the one steering his own life, right? So he's just kind of floating a bit, right? And that kind of goes with the aversion stuff where, yeah. And so like it's almost that reactive type mindset that I feel like he has so often. So to just like latch onto Senjo and follow her there, I mean, at least it's Senjo, so like in a way it's, like, because I guess here, like the closest thing he has to future plans to kind of reciprocate Senjo's future plans would be to follow Senjo around, you know what I mean? Which is not very much, but at least it's the slightest semblance of a choice. So I don't know. I take that as a slight win, I guess, but it's still like, yeah. The crab teaming with the Hydra being like some sort of dig at like a jealousy or resentment in the unworthiness is interesting. I think I can kind of see that because otherwise it's like, what is even going on with the crab teaming up with the Hydra? Like that's something that like I wasn't even sure what to do with, because it's, I don't know, it's one of those things that's like, the word resentment to me is kind of a strong word that I always feel like is like almost like a bit more conscious or whatever, but to instead kind of like focus more on that feeling of unworthiness, I think can make sense, especially when it's this direct contrast of Senjo's got her driver's license. She growing up, right? You're still on your bike, or you don't even have your bike. You haven't had your bike in a while. Didn't it get like swallowed a million years ago? I don't remember. I feel like the bike actually didn't get swallowed. I remember being slightly confused on that. Whatever. You don't got a car, okay? She's got her rental car. She's got her driver's license, right? She's got her very direct plans for what she's going to study in uni. She's got her next phase of her life figured out, and he doesn't. He doesn't have any of these things, right? And while you've been playing catch up, other people have kept getting ahead, So for there to be, jealousy and resentment are kind of like, they're a little like caustic. They're like a little aggressive towards the other person, which perhaps is there. But the feeling of unworthiness, I can definitely see, because like that's kind of the connotation of these words are very different to me. Where like resentment and jealousy are like, I feel this way negatively towards someone else, where unworthiness is in comparison to someone else, I feel negatively towards myself. Right? That's kind of the different play with it there, and I almost want to like lean more towards the inner as opposed to the outer. But it's kind of hard to say. It is kind of hard to say. Mostly because, like, I would expect anything... I don't know. I would expect if there was this like jealousy or resentment, I would expect that to somehow come out maybe through Ougi or something, but it's kind of hard to say. So, um, not to say that's not there. I just definitely like the word unworthiness even more. Um, Suicide is a sin, as Hanekawa says in Kizu. He can't forsake this part. He can't forsake Shinobu and Hachikuji, which is true. He literally says that, right? So, and it's funny because he literally just got Hachikuji back. So it's like, it's not even that he couldn't like. I don't know, if you kind of want to see it in a way, he couldn't help but bring Hachikuji back. And it's like, well, if you're going to bring Hachikuji back, he's not going to immediately forsake her. Like, that would just be insane, you know? And then same thing with Shinobu. Like, Shinobu and him are tight. Like, he's not going to just flip on Shinobu like that. And so attaching it to, like, the innocence type stuff or the monstrous parts type stuff as well. It's getting to a point that, like, at least with Shinobu, he can't see himself existing without the monstrous parts he has to pay for. Like the thing with Shinobu is that he's not even vampire anymore, right? I guess there's an idea that he saved Shinobu, so that would be like the part he has to pay for, you know, because he saved the monster. And so even if he himself isn't a monster off of that anymore, he still, as a human, has to live with the fact that he saved a vampire, right? Which is very not like, you know, classical white black justice type deal. So that would still be something he has to pay for, that then I guess I could see him not wanting to let that go, because even if he's still human, that doesn't mean that it's dealt with, right? Because that was just him being a vampire, was just part of the process, part of the consequence for his actions, not necessarily the full. Like, that was almost like the external consequence, right? Like, because he got, like, that's how the transaction worked, is he became a vampire. But that doesn't mean that he's forgiven himself for even allowing the transaction to take place, whether or not the vampire part was even a thing. Oh, that's just my phone giving notifications? Put it on Do Not Disturb. Never talk to me again. I'm busy. Anyways. His obsession with paying compensation for everything is once again reiterated. An idle brain is the devil's workshop. That's bars. I just love that line. Things brewing in the back he can barely admit to himself. A lot of the stuff with, like, and that's why the Ougi undertones are kind of crazy. Also note that enemy of evil is what Senjo calls herself in Nisei 7. Just like, damn, bro. We're making call-outs to Bake 2. We're making call-outs to Nisei 7. We are cooking. It's real. I mean, I think they're good call-outs to make. I'm not trying to like besmirch them. I'm just saying that that's the way this show works, you know, which is just so. That's that rewatch potential, bro. That's that rewatch potential. Yeah, I think this line is really the hitter for me, though, when it comes to trying to, like, figure out the Ougi stuff. I think this line makes a lot of sense. That, like, the contradiction is kind of like a way of playing both fields, which is what Araragi is doing a lot of the time, right? So that definitely is, I think, the part that, like, really helps click with me personally. Talked about this. We did talk about this. The forgetting thing. We're going on that. This is just a quote from Kill Me Mountain, right? Hitori Bochi means one person. Oh yeah, this is kind of the one that had more likes. So I'm gonna read the one that has 11 likes as opposed to 2 likes. Get mogged basically. But I did call out, like, what was it, like, the lyrics of the song says Hitori Bochi, which apparently means all alone, but I was thinking Bochi the Rock reference, which I know it's not a reference to Bochi the Rock, but I was like, wait, that's Bochi's name, which apparently was the joke back in Bochi the Rock. So that's funny. That makes sense to me. Shout out Bochi the Rock. That was a fun show. Did react to it, not gonna lie. You know, if you're trying to look at the playlist for that. Just saying. Okay, anyways. Listen, I gotta self promo my own video. I'm allowed to do this in my own video, bro. Anyways. This is true. Karjogahara.exe is real. Crazy line. This I didn't even think about. So Ougi was saying that Kagenui, Tadatsuru, Oshino, and I think one more, Kaiki, were all, like, paid for helping with Ononoki's creation in some sort of curse, which I was confused by. But because I was like, what's Oshino's curse? What's Kaiki's curse, right? But the curse can refer to the no step on floor thing with Kagenui and Tadatsuru. But in that case, it's like, what about Oshino and Kaiki, right? But that does help kind of elucidate like what's even going on there, right? This is really interesting to me. That the karaoke, Senjo sings her first Bake OP. That makes sense. Araragi sings a Hanakawa OP. I don't, I mean, like, why Hanakawa? The thing is, like, Araragi doesn't have his own OP to sing. Did one of my clothes just fall? Get back up here. Araragi doesn't have a OP to sing. That's his OP. So, like, that already kind of puts us in a slightly weird spot where it's like, you gotta pick something, right? But to pick a Hanakawa one is kind of weird. It's almost, like, if you want to, like, get crazy with it, maybe this is, like, a deep cut to, like, the kind of Senjo versus Hanakawa stuff. Like, I feel like that you could be saying goes on way back in Bake, where it was, like, there's kind of that question of, like, is he into Hanakawa versus, like, like him, like, in the Kizu Hanakawa stuff, like the gym locker scene, where it's, like, him getting freaky with Hanakawa potentially, I feel like has been done in contrast to Senjo Gahara and like that relationship. So that's maybe that's like a deep cut there, that it's like it would be kind of interesting for him to in this moment sing the OP of the character that he previously had like the faintest semblance of like a love triangle thing going on with in comparison to Senjo Gahara. Because that would almost be, like, some sort of crazy cut to, like, the relationship. Like, him not feeling great about the relationship, so he's calling back to a time when he was, you know what I mean? He was, he's calling back to, like, the other option, which was Hanakawa. But that is pretty speculative, right? What else? I mean, you could also be saying that the Hanakawa OP has to do with just basically the Ougi undertones, because Hanakawa has always had to do with like the division of like the black and the white, right? So for him to be seeing that would perhaps be a thought of what he's thinking about, where he's thinking about like the division between the white and black, which is very on topic right now, Araragi, so good thing to be thinking about, So that could be the reason why he sings the Hanakawa OP. Yeah. I don't know what else. Those are just the kind of two I was thinking of. Honestly, something you could cook a whole meal with. Those were like those were two snacks. I don't think I cooked a whole meal there, but I think those are two snacks, right? Like here's some cheese and crackers. Here's like a cheese tortilla, right? Ever had those? Cheese and crackers, you get like a little cracker, like a little Triscuit, a little bit of cheese on top, snack, a little bit of a cheese tortilla. You just get some shredded cheese poured on a tortilla, slap that hoe in the microwave, ball it up into your fist, and just something like that. Two little snacks for you. Two little cheesy snacks. Bochi thing. Can't wait for next episode. We're going to it. Miko Ino moment for real. It's true. Monogatari is a Kaguya reference. Kaguya. We're watching Kaguya right now. Go watch all the Kaguya videos. Okay. But yeah. Am I wearing this the right direction? Yeah, left, right. Something like this. Okay. Let's do a little bit of scroll through. I am actually on a slight time limit for this episode. I'm not going to pretend. I don't think it'll become an issue. But I'm just throwing that out there in case it feels like I'm rushing at all. Just trying to communicate. I'm not trying to rush, especially with Monogatari, but I'm definitely keeping an eye on the clock. I got like an hour and a half to 2 hours to cook with here. I assume I'm not going to need another hour and a half, or like an hour and a half at most, right? But we always got next episode to continue the thoughts, whatever we think about. Okay. Ougi, start yapping. Thank you, Ougi. Why is it like lagging? Oh, it's not lagging. I didn't have it playing. I had it pause. That would help. It is kind of crazy that Ougi's like teaching him constellation stuff. Because especially with the thing where like Bake 2, apparently he was very knowledgeable about this, like astronomy, like specifically. Doesn't he have a telescope in his room, or am I tripping? Doesn't he literally have a telescope? I kind of feel like he does. Anyways, so it is kind of funny, like he's forgetting something so that Ougi can teach him that, in a way, right? And I've said before that I think everything Ougi knows is what Araragi knows, and perhaps including what Araragi forgets. So like for Ougi to be able to teach him this astronomy stuff is like almost a dig at like Ougi knows it because Araragi knew it, but Araragi forgot it so that Ougi could teach him it. That's a crazy little dynamic, but that feels very on brand for them, right? Hydra's the water snake. One thing I want to grab You're just talking about immortal stuff, right? Yeah. Is like even this is a little seed, bro. This is her planting seeds. I doubt you'd be able to defeat Kiss Shot this way. She's bringing up the potentiality of defeating Kiss Shot. Right? Like she is in her analogy with the stars, making Araragi into Hercules, making Kiss Shot into the Hydra. Right? Which is like a good way to put things if you want Ougi or if you want Araragi on your side and going to fight Gon. Like this is like her doing like some deep level like mind manipulation. Like, dang, she got like the weirdest thick thighs in this shot. Okay, like the craziest mind manipulation, like subliminal messaging type deal, right? Being like, you are Hercules, you are, you know what I mean? Yeah, because it's not even phrased of like, it's not even phrased in a way of, it's a phrase in a way of, I doubt you'd be able to defeat, which already implies that we were gonna defeat, you know? This shot go hard, by the way. This entire OP went hard. That was the thumbnail. During this fight between Hercules and the Hydra, the crab... Oh, yeah, right here. This is what I was looking for. The crab represented by the constellation Cancer sided with the Hydra and attacked Hercules. Dude, it's just crazy. Hitagi Crab sided with the Shinobu Hydra and attacked the Araragi Hercules. It slashed at the hero with its large pincers. Oh, look, her sleeve is like a pincer here. Oh, that's kind of fun. Yeah, Oki's really like you against the world type energy, right? When you wake up, please tell her about this episode. I'm sure she'll think fondly of you. But he doesn't. He forgets, right? And then we bring up this the freaking the snake, which, you know, call out to Nadeko type stuff, call out to the shrine, which I think is what Ougi is cooking with the most. All 88. What was the number that was like the scary number? Do you know what I mean? Because it was Sodachi's door. Sodachi's door number, like apartment number, was like a specific like bad number. 88's not that, right? 88's something else. Or is it like 13? I think it was 13. I don't remember. Okay, get away from me. They're like leaning forward. Give me more Dr. Pepper. You are the one that knows everything, Araragi. And then, dude, James Bond. Why is Ougi James Bond? Oh, she points the laser pointer at him when she says you're the one that knows everything. That's funny. Yeah, let me just catch this again, then I think we can do a little mini scroll through and jump into the episode. I am pretty excited to watch this episode. Snake cut in half shows immortality. Oh, because it's being alive. Yeah. Well, Araragi-senpai, it seems, you have your body chopped right in half rather often as well. Oh, whoa. Oh, no. She's comparing him to the snake, or like comparing him to the immortal thing in that way, right? Which is the snake, but dang. Different constellation between the two separate halves. What was it again? The serpent bearer. That's right. What was the point with this? Oh, yeah, Asclepius. That's right. I forgot about that. So he did know that, right? He's even Ougi is kind of like prodding that knowledge or coaxing that knowledge out of them. Ougi a coaxer, bro. Ougi a coaxer. Why are we bringing up the Asclepius medical skills? Oh, because this was our segue into the specialists, right? Because that's what they did with Ononoki. Because it was a crime. Bro, wait. Coming back from him reviving the dead. You know what's crazy? The reviving of the dead was the crime, not the revived. You catch my drift? Because it was him him doing the reviving went against the logic of the world, and so the problem was him for doing the reviving, not the thing that got revived for being revived. And what the reason that that's important is because that's what happened with Araragi and Mayoi Hell, right? Where he got revived by Gon and company, but he's not the problem for having been revived, I suppose. They're the problem for having revived him. They're the thing that goes against the logic of the world, not him for being revived. Because I could see it both ways, right? Where it'd be like, you got revived, you're not supposed to be alive, I need to kill you, right? I could see that being a play. Perhaps that's still on the table, but the focus is being put on the specialists here, which is a very direct parallel to this stuff there. Provoked by Hades? Ougi, are you Hades? Are you a Hades? Mass-producing immortality. Yeah, bringing people back to life is quite the... That's literally Mayoi Hell. I didn't connect that. I mean, it makes sense. That makes perfect sense. I mean, they connect it with Onodoki, right? Yeah, right here. Yeah. Yeah, so that's why it's Gon is up next to Bat. Okay. Now that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. What were the curses on the other people? Wait, so who's gonna get cursed? Are you Ougi, are you gonna go try to curse someone? Are you gonna go to try to curse Gon? Because she is kind of cooking in this way, where she's saying that, like, they've been cursed for this. The precedent is set. If you revive someone, if you create this, like, semblance of immortality or whatever, then you need to be cursed, right? She's telling this to Araragi, and then it's like, Araragi got revived by Gon. It's like, well, Gon got to be cursed then. Come help me out. That's a very tight little thing there. Pause. It's a very tight little argument there. No, okay, they say it right here. I just forgot about that. I missed this line. I must have not thought about this line. Okay, we're there. I forgot that line. Good line to... This is why we rewatch this, ho. Because, no, that's just begging Araragi to come do it. That's just begging Araragi to come do it. But then Araragi don't listen. Araragi says, sit on my left. That's Senjukahara's seat. That's Senjukahara's seat. I wouldn't mind being a little sister character. I guess you kind of aligned like that. You're kind of... Because the Fire Sisters, right? All that justice and she... Yeah! Ougi look ugly here. This is like the ugliest Ougi's ever looked. Ougi, this is not a good... Ougi, the camera that just took you, it's got, like, its lens is like a little fisheye or something, Ougi. Like, get away from me. Like, you look like you're like, you got games on your phone? Like, Ougi, please stay away from me. Her true identity is... Wait. Tell me again. Oh, yeah, the extermination request. It is kind of crazy to think of it that way. That, like, Ougi put it, he put in his own extermination request through Ougi. That's kind of a cooking. We've talked about that, though, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Music cooking? Right, to just do the right thing, because you'll mess things up along the way, and you'll do the wrong things, and attempting to do the right thing, yeah. To win it, sometimes it's absolutely necessary to lose somewhere along the way. You shouldn't do the right thing. It's like aesthetic, bro. It's like an aesthetic. Aesthetic? It's like an aesthetic, bro. Like, I'm just gonna meditate. You want me to like be perfected? I'm just gonna meditate. It's like you're doing nothing because to remain pure kind of deal. Like cultivation type she. Though I say that in a very like surface level way because I actually am not very... I don't have a great understanding of like Buddhism, meditation type, cultivation type, like a lot of that like because I think the cultivation type thing is like a Chinese thing a lot. A lot of that thing I don't really know, but it kind of reminds me of that kind of like hermitage type mindset where it's like, let me cut myself off to then remain pure. I've heard that with like philosophy kind of stuff a lot, like The idea that this is just a little fun idea. I'll be real quick. The idea that like, can you, or is it best to practice philosophy in like complete isolation because then your thoughts are like completely untainted or something like that, right? I disagree with it entirely. I think that's like the worst way to do it because I think philosophy is at its best when it's being used in the world and it's being what's the word? It's being bettered. It's being more well understood in the world, right? In context of the world, because else it's just abstract chatter in the skull, right? But you know, I prefer a more worldly, a more grounded thing there. But there is that idea I've heard before, which is quite the fascinating idea of like the completely isolated thought, like that the amount of purity that would be there. Nee, this violin, bro. Man, Ougi a yapper. Right. It's just crazy. Why are you telling Aragi this and then ask, you know, it's like contradicting. And then later being like, come help me. Well, because it's, sometimes you have to lose if you want to win. You should do nothing. You shouldn't do the right thing. Mm-hmm. Dude. It's just so, dude, it's just, if you ever just like, if you ever just get off the ride, this show's a roller coaster. If you ever get off the ride, you're left behind. You know what I mean? It's literally like you're holding on for dear life as Ougi is just yapping, right? It reminds me of Gone yapping too, where it's just like, oh my goodness, bump! I didn't understand that analogy, but I'm holding on, right? Like that's literally this show. It's just crazy. It is my role to eject those who have broken the rules. Rule breakers ejected to disperse. The program's about to end. It's best if you wake up now, isn't it? That's so scary. Got your little contrarian watch. I just want that last line. I want that last line from Ougi here. What you think the right thing is. Let's talk about it again when I see you in the real world. Yeah, I got it. If I still remember when I wake up. He's even aware that he's a forgetter. Not the darkness, but are the principles of the universe? Is the darkness too small? Is the darkness just a part of the principles of the universe and you're the Ougi fan? Because the Ougi fan of the universe includes the stars and the space between them. The light and the dark. Think about it. Ooh, and this music. Ooh. Neuron activation. Unbalanced galaxies, bro. Even the fan shape is like two. It's like, dude, it's like two opposing sides, right? Like even just the way this look. Like look at this frame. Look at this frame. Unbalanced galaxies, and it's got two freaking whomp. That's crazy. Okay, we're losing it. We're falling apart. We gotta get into content now that you've been resurrected from hell and returned to being fully human. That's right. I might not have to concern myself with you any further. With you as the enemy. With you as the enemy. Hachikuji? Hachikuji. Aragi, if you betray Hachikuji, I know you won't, but like... Right? Right, Aragi? Right, Aragi, you're not gonna do that, right, Aragi? Okay. Dad, could you imagine? You'll make the right decision and forsake them both. It's the thing of like, what's the choice? You know what I mean? Where if we're dude, oh my goodness, I can't do it. If it's like, listen, think about it this way. If making the okay, what is the right thing, right? If frick, how did you put it, you little monster? Doing the right thing. Okay, in order to be righteous, you shouldn't do the right thing, right? Well, then how do you be righteous? To correct? Wait. Let me say, when you try to do the right thing, a mistake always follows. Which is why you should do this instead. Is that what you mean, Ougi? Oh. So, trying to do the right thing hose you. It's not the right thing to do, right? That won't lead to righteousness. So you should just correct mistakes because you're fully focused on the wrong things as opposed... Oh, because trying to do the right thing makes wrongs happen. So instead of trying to do the right thing, you should just correct wrongs. Ah, because correcting wrongs won't make more wrongs because your job is to correct wrongs, so you'll just keep correcting forever. Okay, no, I like that. Okay, that makes sense to me. And so the right decision to forsake them both would be purely based on not doing the right thing, but by correcting them as mistakes. So instead of taking your mistakes on and trying to do the right thing with your mistakes, instead of the sin following you down the path, right? Because I think that was how it was put. You cut it all away and you just focus on stamping them all out. Okay, no, it's clicking for me. It's starting to click for me. So in that way, this would be the right thing, right? Because trying to do the right thing by them would make wrongs. So you should just get rid of them because they're wrong. Ah. Dang. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. It's... Okay, Ougi. Okay, Ougi. It's scary to think that way. Oh my goodness, feet. Oh, sorry. It's scary to think that way. It really is scary to think that way, though. Wait, she's sleeping like a pharaoh. She's sleeping like a pharaoh, bro. A mummy. She got a chocolate necklace. I don't remember this. Reminds me of Hanakawa. Hanakawa necklace. Think about it. Okay. She's literally me. I do this all the time. Somebody walks in my room and I'm like 2 hours into a nap. I'm on my phone. I will literally grab my phone, turn it on the title screen, and pretend I was watching something on my phone because I don't want to be caught asleep. So it's like... I was just, Germa video. Sorry. Huh? You were saying something? And I'm too good at it now, because I've done it too much. I've done it way too much. This is such a cute outfit, Senjugahara. You have the cutest little outfit. Wait, I need me a girl that just dresses in cute, fun outfits. I will pay for the outfits. I'm poor. I can't do that. I'm sorry. I'm poor. I'm poor. I can't help you. I'm sorry. Not yet. Not yet. Yeah. Okay. And that's the piece of cooking that's why it's like, it's kind of contradicting, but it's kind of not. It's kind of not contradicting in that way because it's a different course of action that she's saying. Don't try to do the right thing. Come with me, correct the wrongs. Because correcting the wrong, it's a little paradoxical because then you might say that correcting wrongs is the right thing to do. That then would make more wrongs. But the thing is, if you're correcting wrongs and that's your entire deal, then like any wrongs you create, you're also going to correct. So at that point, it's like, who cares? Okay. Bro, we've got it now. Oh, we've got it now. Okay, what we trying to curse? I assume we're going to the shrine. Who knows? Please help me. Ougi Yoshino, how could I say no? How could I say no? I'd be a bad person. I'd be a bad person if I said no. But that's the thing. Please help me is kind of saying, please do right by me, which then would create a wrong. So it's like, you kind of it's almost like you necessarily step into the doing right thing when you try to correct wrong. I feel like you necessarily step into it, but the way you frame it kind of changes it. Okay. Get me in there. Episode 5, get me in there. Hey, coach. Oh, coach. Tag me in, coach. Coach, tag me. That's right. Okay. What episode is this? 5? Episode 5. Chapter 1. New OP's gonna drop. We know this because the chapter titling is different, right? So it's gonna be a new arc. It's a new arc. Ougi Pants it's Ougi Pants. Okay, Adaraki shirt is up next. How many more are there? There's just Zoku after this. Is that what it's called? Zoku? I actually don't even know what the next one's called. I don't even know what it means. Tag me in, coach. Let's get this going. Enough yapping. Okay. Episode 5. Let's get going. In a 3, a 2, a 1. Bang. What was that? I saw like a stairwell for a second. There it is. An unknown wrapped in unknowns. Good line. But we do not have the past. Okay. What are you holding there? Flowers? A symbol of my adolescence? Damn! Started levitating. He got a bouquet. Was? Your foolishness is gone? Is that what you mean? Whoa, whoa. He's laughing at it now. It's not a tragedy no more. Two sides of the same coin. He is so extra. This is dramatic. A year of hell. Or everyone. I'm everyone. Ooh! Ooh, that's exactly how the show is told. That's exactly how it's told. It's told in that way, bro. It's told in a comedic ways, right? That's he's explaining why he's telling this story in a comedic way, bro. He just did. That's so sick. Okay. I'm sure I knew from the very beginning Ougi's precise identity. I know you did, bro. I know you did. It is, isn't it? Damn! It's either know it all from the start. Bro, the Ougi... What is this, like, Ougi's, like, prep room? The makeup room? The little flashlight? Shee! Okay. Come through the mirror, I dare you. Close, 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 close. Oh my goodness, stay away from me. Oh, she dived into it. She dived through it. Good move, good move. All about you, all about me. It's all about me. Shee! Ow, ow, ow. Ougi, careful. Power the generator, bro. Ougi and Ougi's shadow? Araragi is just Ougi's shadow. It was the other way all along. Think about it. Okay. Oh, wait. Wait, Ougi got bars? Shit, drop the lights! Drop the lights. Drop the light. Wait, light bike. Light bike. Yeah. Wait, that was kind of clean. Wait, that was kind of clean. Oh, Ougi's on a light bike. That's so interesting. And the lights are all turning on and then... What is going on, man? Why is Ougi like a superhero in this? Jumping around, crashing and stuff? Known only by you? Our story? Oh, it's so scary. It's so scary. Why is it so scary? The you that you don't know? Cherry, they're both connected. They're both connected. Ougi Dark. Ougi Dark. Ougi Dark. Ougi Dark. The park. The original location of the shrine. What's up, Gon? Araragi came. Araragi showed up. Oh, wait, she got the sword and everything. Achikuji! Yeah, why are you crouching like that? Good point, Araragi. I saw the words crouching down, and I was like, yeah, why are you doing that? Don't flash me. They're throwing rocks and batting with a sword? You're gonna chip your sword. I mean, it's an OP sword. Ononoki! Ononoki said, no, we're dealing with it. Okay. Oh, but whose side are you on, Araragi? Wavy sword, wavy sword. Click, clack, click, clack. This is so weird. This is so weird. This doesn't feel right to see her doing this to Araragi this late in the game. Me too, Hachikuji. I'm literally doing that. He's dead. He's Goku. He's dead. He's dead. Hachikuji! 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 Help me, Hachikuji. Okay, sorry. That OP went hard. I fit my bung. I crouched. She's a croucher. Aw, this is kind of cute. There's something I should have checked. If she's grown, that's wrong of you, Araragi. That's wrong of you. Stop throwing it back. He wants to see if they've changed. I know it's problematic. I'm telling you it's a problem. Wait, what does that mean? Oh. Okay. Okay. Rock. Are you gonna apologize? She's like, bet. Wait. Okay. Where's Ougi, bro? Where's Ougi, bro? Ougi is in Araragi's shadow? Imagine. That'd be really funny. Okay, we can discuss that in the briefing. Let's get started. Okay, you're now mature. What are you doing to Ononoki? Kiss shot, chill. She's just bouncing her around. Yeah, literally, called that one. Called that one. The biggest read of the entire series. What is she doing? She got bat wings and everything. Ononoki just running. Oh my goodness, it's dark now. I'm scared. God, hold me. I'm not gone. Who would I... Hachikushi! A ghost that returned from hell? It's real. Bruh. Once human, previously a vampire, and currently human. Hachikuji, don't look at me like that. What you got? I'm gonna... Okay, the plan is we're gonna hit Araragi with a stick until he admits that he is the problem. It's so funny to me, actually. Could you imagine? Like, all the, like, word games don't even matter. They just start hitting him. Okay, the talisman. You crumpled it. Oh my goodness, I'm nervous, bro. Eliminate our hatred? Hachikuji's just sitting there all happy. Hachikuji! Sorry. Give me a sip of my Dr. Pepper. That's what I'm saying! Okay. Okay, sure. Okay, sure. For you, perhaps. Not for Araragi. That was a weird sentence. Reading comprehension, devil. Okay. Look how he look a little sad, bro. He look a little sad. I think he's a little bit of an inside agent, low key. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Kishot looks so happy looking down at her like that. Araragi just being here, though, is like giving Ougi information, I think. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy. But no, Gon wants him here. Okay. Yes, please explain that more to me. The tragedy? Araragi was saying comedy earlier. I'm just saying. Okay. Oh, okay. Water snake. That's big. Oh, Kiss shot landing in the lake. That's right. Yep. When she jumped in. Yummy. She scattered, aka dispersed. Okay. Yeah. They chose her, and then she left, and then there was nothing. And then there was nothing. Yeah. Hmm. What connection? A coil? Oh my goodness. Oh, the snaky snake. Okay. Yeah, water snake. I'm with you there. Ah, okay, 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 okay. Yeah. That shot go crazy every time. Right. That's where the spirits started to, yeah, yeah. Hmm. We're there. I'm with you there. But so what? Kind of deal. Where's Hachikuji? Oh, okay. And that's something interesting that I thought about, right? They literally returned back to this spot, right? I haven't really thought of like that directly about like the ashes returned home, not just here, right? Right. But then, okay. She said, test your loyalty. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She said, what are you here for? This is crazy. She's calling him out. Yay, monkey bars! Monkey bars! She dropped the backpack to do that. Yeah, Nadeko. She couldn't trust me. She wanted to know what I was after, what was inside my heart. That's what we all want to know. Aww. Hachikuji and Ononoki are best friends. Right. Why you laugh at that? Mmm. Meat bike. Right. He hasn't mentioned anything about Ougi, you know? Kind of crazy. You're really leaving out. Good line. Good line. Good line. Kill yourself now. Sorry. Good. Ooh, good line. Good questioning. Fair enough. But if he doesn't, yeah. This background music is freaky. Ooh. Okay. She said, I want to be in the form most pleasing to my master. That's crazy. That's crazy. Achikichi! We're just gonna jump Oki and kick her until she stops moving. Okay. We didn't get to hear Hachikuji's, but that's okay. New deity just dropped. The Ougi deity. Okay, just kidding. That'd be a pretty crazy way for it to all play out, you know? Hachikuji deity? That'd be crazy. Wait, Hachikuji deity? Why Hachikuji? Do you really mean that? Wait, do you really mean that? Why? Hachikuji is God? Hachikuji. Hachikaji. How is she qualified? Wait, explain to me the qualifications. Oh. Okay. That's kind of a sick God concept. That's kind of a sick God concept. He says, I want to be God. No, he doesn't. Oh, she go become darkness. Ooh, she needs to become God. Yo! That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hachikuji God. I'm here for it. She gained citizenship. Oh my goodness, she gained citizenship. Better than stacking stones. Aragi, isn't this just a win? Hachikuji. She's basically a snake. A snail is basically a snake. It kind of would, wouldn't it? I don't know that. Ooh, what do you do? Wait, taking the shell off makes her into a snake, low-key? Let me think. It's just got the shell. Please, something about the shell. Come on. No. Oh, rock, paper, scissors. A snake, a frog, and a shrug. I feel like I've heard that mentioned somewhere too. Oh, hi, Kaiki. Whoa. Okay, good move, Kaiki. Oh, so she can smack him. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. It's the beater. It's this rock, paper. Yeah. Dude, Hachikuji, get in there. Hachikuji, God time. Dude, this is cooking. Shlug Mayoi. Bro, send her in. Give me deity. That's what I'm saying. Give me deity Kuji, bro. I got it. That's right. Isn't Kaji God? Hachikaji? Is that a could you say that? I don't actually know. No, yeah, this is a great win. Aragi, why are you dragging your feet on this? I guess the Nadeko thing is kind of scary, but, you know, like, it went wrong previously. Okay, Hachikuji. Bro. Yeah, I get to just winner, chicken dinner. Yeah, I'm killing Ougi. Sorry, Ougi. Hachikuji God called. Bink. I'm a crusader. Yeah, winner. Hachikuji, eat it now. I'm not playing around. Make her swallow it. The talisman. Like, we don't... Ougi's gonna show up and, like, steal it or something. Like, we don't got the time to talk. But we're asking permission. Yeah. Ononoki, stop playing with me. Oh, Ononoki, you're literally playing with me. That's what I'm saying, Araragi. So I really wish she hadn't done that. No. Please don't deliberately add foreshadowing. She had a troublesome character trait. Or rather, she was a troublesome character. Yeah, you little monster. They're making fun of me. Okay. It just kind of happens naturally. They're trolling so hard right now. Yes. Intuition diff. Intuition diff. Yes, exactly. That's more so what it's been for me. That. Yes. She probably thought that way too. Oh my goodness, now I'm scared of Ougi again. Okay, we're cooking. We're good. Thank you, God. Big if true. That's what I've been saying. Thank you, God. Big if true. But not the darkness. But then what is the darkness? Hachikuji, swallow this right now. Just make it, just slant, just, okay. Whoa. Yeah. Why are you looking at me like that? Okay. Yeah. Gotta protect the god. No bookmarks. His shot really got him restrained low-key. That's right. Idiot. Fucking Monoda. Dude, the way that he really went... Araragi, pay attention. A bookmark. They said bookmark there. I just said bookmark. Oh my goodness. I wrote this song. Oh, she's an oddity. Araragi, no dip. Like, I think you knew this too. You at the beginning, you were like, yeah, I knew this was coming. Whoa. I forgot it would be new. Araragi and Kiss Shot. What's it gonna be in the dark though? Oh, Shinobu and Araragi. Come on. Her hair kind of looks like angel wings, Loki. Ougi is everywhere. Ougi's in the trees. Hachikuji signs. Ougi. The gate. Oh, Ougi hiding in the buildings. Ougi's everywhere, bro. Little Oagster. Dude, this episode is fire. This is one of my favorite episodes, actually, I think. Shoot, what is going on? This, like... These are so cool. Wait, I need to look at all these. They're like a bunch of different characters, like, in cool portraits. Okay, who's gonna be at the end here? Ooh, it's dark. Who's gonna be at the end? It's gonna be, Kiss Shot or, like, Ougi or, like, no, we already have Hachikuji in there. Let's see. Shoot! They're gone. They're all gone. Oh, no. What does that mean, dude? That's scary, Araragi. You can't be doing that. We've been adding to people the entire time. And now it's Araragi, Ougi, and, like, a Shinobu that low-key look kind of scared. Or is she eating a donut? I can't tell. I think she's eating a... No, she's doing this. Those are two hands in a frightful position. Dude, we got scared Shinobu, Araragi... Dude, Araragi and Ougi are about to slam. Araragi, I do not trust Araragi right now. Araragi, to his back, he's looking away as Ougi is walking up on Shinobu, and then they all fade away. And he's looking up. He's not looking down towards Shinobu. He's looking up at something else as Ougi says, I'm gonna get you. Ougi is bird of preying on her, bro. It's like a vulture. Oh my goodness, dude, this episode cooked. I'm on it, though, bro. I'm on it. Hachikuji as God. Put her there. I'm there. I love that. I'm fine with that. That's a big win. Makes sense. She did a miracle. I guess that's enough. Okay. It's funny. It's like out of necessity, and then it's playing rock, paper, scissors. Which is cool. I thought it would be something about how taking if we can take her bag off, take her shell off, then she turns into a snake. That was my idea there, but wrong idea. We tried it. And because the monkey bar, she had her bag off. Okay, we were cooking with something there. But no. She a slug. She the slug Chikuji. Shlugchikuji, bro. Ononoki literally being like, "Ha, you really thought she was the darkness, huh? Listen, bud. Listen, bud. Don't ever do that again. Never make me look like a fool again. Okay, Ononoki? That's what I thought." But no, the whole she's like the darkness, but she's not the darkness. We're there. We're literally there. We're good. We're so good. We're so good, dude. We are chilling. I don't even, dude, I'm just on it. The problem is I'm so on it. And by on it, I mean okay with this, right? I mean okay with Hachikuji as God. I'm so fine with that, like, right? Like, deifying my freaking whatever, my snail girl, put her there. She's my goat. Better than Nadeko. Like, we're putting the bar low when we're saying that, but I'm fine with that. That is a big win, right? And the whole slug thing, like, can counter the stuff. Good, big win. The problem is that it's wrong because we're putting a slug in the place of a snake. So, like, if we want to get crazy with it, that's what Ougi would not like, right? Because Ougi don't like the shrine business. Ougi like, oh, that's not right, you know? So, that's an entire issue. This intro went crazy. This part where Araragi said, it was painful, it was sad, it was bitter, it was ugly. And all in all, it was a year of hell. But even so, when I look back on this someday, when I tell someone or everyone about this, I know I should probably tell it with a smile. That's like it was a simple, happy story that makes everyone who hears it laugh. That's literally what is happening. That is literally what is happening. Is it not? Where it's got all the freaking like jokes, right? It's got all the fun puns. It's got all the hachikuji. It's got all that nonsense, right? Where it was traumatic, it was painful, it was all these things, but he says it to make makes everyone who hears it laugh, right? That's the goal. That's the way he's framed it. He's discussing his framing of the story within the story, because it's all starting to fall apart a little bit, right? And even in this episode, we have our gimmicks. We have our little gaffes, right? We have the little hachikuji, right? We have all this stuff, right? We have this. This is what he's trying to do. That's exactly what he's trying to say. I should make it a comedy. I should make it all jokey, right? But it's all just a thin veneer at this point for the Ougi that's incoming, right? All the pain underneath. Dude, my freaking timeline, we're good. I think we're good we're like crazy on the timeline. Dude, the shrine stuff, blam the shrine. New shrine just dropped. Put Shinobu as the god. Conjoin the shrine with the mountain snake shrine. Shinobu leaves. Pocket void up in the snake place because of the snakes are wrong. The mountain snake versus the water snake. Makes a bunch of bad energy appear. Slowly, we got the first showing up there to, that's the ashes are incoming back home. That makes a lot of sense, right? The whole of where a god should be, right? A place of worship with no worship. Reminds me of Kiyomi Stone. Remember Kiyomi Stone with the little shrine he made? He's been thinking about this all along. All that business, and now we want to put Hachikuji in charge, right? But I guess, dude, Ougi was the one that put Nadeko in charge, was she not? But the thing is, Nadeko was a snake god. Nadeko was specifically like an avatar of the snake god. So it might be Ougi's hill to die on might be that it needs to be a snake god as opposed to a snail god or a slug god, right? Dang, bro. Hachikuji. I pray to Hachikuji. Hachikuji. You know what I'm saying? The thing though is like, it's a little crazy to me. The shot of, you know what I've noticed? You see this? I almost feel like Kishot is restraining Araragi. Like low key, I wouldn't be surprised if Gon was like, hey, Kishot. Or maybe Shinobu. I think they've been referred to as Shinobu. Hey, Kishot. Well, but that goes against Shinobu's... Shinobu wouldn't work against Araragi, though. That's literally her motivation, she said. Unless she was lying. But that's kind of crazy. That's kind of a crazy leap to make, that she would take Gon's side for some reason and be willing to restrain Araragi. There's like this, I'm just throwing it out there as a possibility, though, that this hug is more of a restraining. Just throwing it out, right? Because it's crazy that it's very constant. Everybody else is moving around, but that stays very still the entire time. Araragi, you dope. So stupid. The way you say exterminate, you make it seem as if Ougi's an oddity. That's right. This YouTuber reaction. And an ordinary monster. Yeah, like what? Araragi, come on. Because then Araragi's be like, wait a second. It's not actually Oshino's niece. Araragi, obviously. You really fell for that the entire time? Araragi, she just been saying that. You just believe it? Crazy how that works. Crazy how that works. Now, okay, if I'm gone here, I say Hachikuji open up. You know what I'm saying? With the talisman, right? Like, well, I mean, no, we gotta, like, work, because we gotta deal with Ougi before we can really worry about that, right? Like, okay, I get it. But it's just one of those things that's, like, if I kind of want God Chikuji on my side, right? A tremendous promotion. Get her up there, bro. Man, Gon's good at improvising. This was a good improvise. This shot went crazy. 1, go back to hell. 2, get swallowed up by the darkness. 3, become a god, bro. Right here. Literally, this is one of the hardest things I've ever seen. This is a good image right here. Become a god. And Gon's got this crazy visual. This is a good Gon episode. Rare good Gon episode. Gon's usually kind of annoying. Gon was cooking this time. I was there with it. That's the thing. Okay, so my problem is that Ougi's coming, right? And then Araragi's going to be split. And I think a very small part of me is worried that Araragi would be like, you know, that Araragi would be more, like, Araragi, I don't, even as an, the thing is, like, Ougi as an oddity, you think that's going to make Araragi ready to, like, exterminate her? No. He's literally sitting on Kiss Shot's lap. She's literally an oddity, right? That's not a reason for extermination for him. He can't bring himself to do that, right? We know that. I mean, I think it's a reason that he believes things should be kind of dealt with, but that doesn't mean that he actually does it, which then causes him to be upset at himself. That's the whole Kiss Shot thing, right? So Ougi being an oddity, I don't think that's going to change things much for Araragi. At least when it comes to exterminating Ougi. It's not going to be like, oh, well then let's kill her, you know? And we know that Ougi doesn't get exterminated because of Hana. I think Ougi just gets domesticated, right? Which is why Oshino's going to come clutch this out. Because that's my Oshino diff right there. Dude, Ougi season, or Owarimonogatari season 2 episode 7, Oshino's walking in the door. Cite my source on that, bro. My source, it came to me in a dream. I'm literally Araragi, and that's what happened with Ougi, bro. Oshino was in my dream last night. I just woke up. Yeah. Dang, dude, this episode was cooking. Oh, yeah. Dude, this intro is what I freaking say. Oh, my goodness. That went crazy. Wait. This intro is literally my source size, my citation of my source. I just like this. Ooh, clean. I literally cite the beginning of this episode for all the times that I've like talked to people, and they're like, what do you mean? The fan service is just blah blah blah. It's like, no, bro. He literally tells you that he's framing it as a comedy to make people laugh when really it was a year of hell. That's the point. He literally tells you here, right? I'm not even coping at this point anymore. It's real. I think this is actually a take that's very reasonable to read into the show. That all the fan service, all the nonsense is thrown as a smokescreen that he puts up, right, as a comedy instead of the tragedy. He literally tells you, right? He literally tells you Owarimonogatari season 2 episode 5, okay? Because I've argued with people about this, and you can say sure that like I don't like the fan service. I think it was unnecessary. I think it's done too much. I think it's blah blah blah. Yeah, you can critique it, whatever. But saying it's pointless and just there for fan service is, I think, literally wrong at this point. I think it's literally wrong when it comes to the story, right? You have to. I think if you want to actually read the show, I think you have to admit that it's done for some sort of reason that Araragi is saying here, right? You can get into the specifics of exactly what's being done, or how it's being done and whether you like it, but I think it's being done for this reason that he's saying here, because he literally says it. It was painful. It was sad, it was bitter, it was ugly, it was horrible. But when I tell everyone about this, I should probably tell it with a smile. That's his version of the smile. And if you want to say that there's some other things reading into it about like how he views his own lust, how he views sexuality, blah blah blah, right? Like his specific choice of these fan service type things as the way that he's making the smile occur, right? Him using that as the vessel of comedy, we can do stuff with that too. But I think we can say that these are tied. And I think I think at this point I would say you're wrong if you say otherwise. Feels good, man. Feels good, man. As opposed to just being difference in interpretation. Because that's usually what I've just had to resort to. He's literally gojoing right here. He's literally gojoing. That's crazy because this came out way before that. Hachikuji, what was the giant line that was after Hachikuji crouched? Right here. She was wearing a skirt, but crouching down and spreading her legs like a catcher, so you could easily see her panties. She was really letting her guard down. But to be honest, I didn't want to see them anyways. Whoa. But to be honest, I didn't want to see them anyways. That's kind of crazy. He's not in the mood. He ain't in the mood. She definitely was doing that, though. It's like, Hachikuji, can we chill a little bit? Yeah. Dang. This was such a good episode. This is such like a validating episode for me. In like multiple ways. I feel very validated in the beginning here. I feel that some of the things I've said in the past have been very like now I feel like I can stand by them stronger, which is a great feeling, right? With this beginning segment, one of my favorite beginning segments. It's funny, he's kind of dramatic and like kind of edgy here, you know. He really thinking about himself right now, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's just who I am, and that's just who she is. We have the present and we have a future. I'm sure that one day I'll be able to remember her that way. What? That's just who I am. Yeah, it's crazy. It's one of the things he said before. He said this before, when he was walking up to be killed. Like, it was like he had left his room and Ononoki talked to him and kind of got onto him, and then he was walking up to the shrine right before Kill Me Dead. I forget exactly the name of that, the name of that arc, because I'm so bad with that. But if you know the moment, you know the moment. Kind of reminds me of that, where he's saying like, one day I'll be able to look back on this. One day I'll be happy. One day I'll blah blah blah. It's kind of one of those again, right? One day we'll be able to look back on this, and I'll be able to see it in this kind of way with Ougi, you know. I'll remember her I will remember her, not that I currently remember her, but as a symbol of my adolescence. So he's saying I will grow up. I'm no longer putting that on. It's going to happen. Maybe I'm procrastinating. Maybe I'm dragging my feet, but it will happen. And when that occurs, she will be a symbol of my adolescence, because that's what he's currently in. He's admitting this as a period of adolescence as well, right? Not that that's like a surprise, but. And him holding the bouquet, that go kind of hard. I find myself laughing as well. I burst into laughter. He says with like the most deadpan voice. So in the end, maybe this whole thing was just a comedy. This is such an edgy shot, bro. Maybe it was all just a comedy. Maybe I am the Joker. Okay. But in a way, it's kind of real. It works for me. It does work for me. Right? It's edgy and it's kind of focused, self-centered, but I think it's kind of the truth of what's going on, so I take that as is. I liked the OP as well. This part went hard. Wait, let me listen to this real quick, but we're gonna look at it more next episode. I think that's right here. That part with the bike go crazy. She really got a Super Mario Ultra Boost off the blue track. And then this Ougi fell off. Whee! We lost her. Whee! That's funny. Yeah. Dang, what else is there even? Bro, that's the thing. I was like so on this. I felt like everything was like, this makes sense. This is good. This makes sense. This is good. Hachikuji is God. I'm good with it. You know? The main worry, it's just a lot of the worries from last episode just continue, right? With Araragi correcting wrongs, viewing what the right thing will be. Will he see this as something that doesn't need to be corrected, right? Is he willing to see this as the right thing to do and accept that, as opposed to the right thing to do, but that's actually going to create problems, right? That's the real question here, and that's kind of the issue. You know, it's because we're getting all this information that I'm okay with. I'm okay with Hachikuji as God. I'm okay with all these things, but I don't know. He's in a position where he has to either accept Hachikuji as God or he has to forsake her and let her go back to hell or get swallowed by the darkness, right? So he really has. He's between a rock and a hard place, you know, when it comes to his decisions. Where I don't think he can keep putting it off, playing both sides. He can keep I don't think he can keep it fuzzy anymore, right? I think this is the time that it will be called to war either against Ougi or with Ougi. And I'm not 100% confident in what he will do. I'm really not. I would hope that we do the Hachikuji, we ascend her to godhood, but I can't feel, I don't know if he's willing to let go of these things and keep growing up in that way, right? You know? Especially if kind of more of the truth of Ougi gets to come out, which is something that he said I've known all along and I've been putting off my understanding of. He said something like that, right? I don't know if he's ready to do that. I don't know if that's actually going to happen. It's one of those things. It's fuzzy. I can see it going both ways. Almost just because I think, I don't even know if there's novels that need to be done after this. That's kind of one of the things with the show. I don't know how long it is. I know how long the anime is. I know I'm close to the end of the anime. I don't know if there's more novels afterwards. I don't even know if I want to know low key. I think there is. Like the monster thing, something like that. I don't really, maybe that's the name. Maybe that's like the way that you refer to the next thing. Then like, because I know there's one more after this. Like Owarimonogatari, there's like one more, right? So, like I could try to look at it from a purely meta way and be like, oh, I think there's more incoming. Therefore, he has to not accept this because this would be too stabilizing for the story, right? We need to keep the chaos going. That's like one way you can think of it. But that's also kind of contingent on there being a lot more story to tell, which I'm not sure how much left there is. So even reading it that way, which is like outside the story, is still a little ambiguous for me, which is nice. I like the ambiguity. But yeah, good episode, bro. Good freaking episode. This was a top tier cooker. Hachikuji as God wasn't ready for that development. Was not ready for that development, but I'm so here for it. I am so here for it. But yeah. Dang, that might be it for this one. Ooh, and we're going to get to analyze a new OP and ED. Well, I guess the ED is like kind of the same ED because it, a little different though. We'll be able to go frame by frame and see all those things that like were flying by. Hachikuji Ononoki was very cute as well, right? We were kind of aware why that's going on with Ononoki as like the successor, so that kind of works. But, a lot to consider. Don't know what Homeboy's going to do. I'm really excited for next episode because that's going to be a bigger, not a bigger one. That's going to be a massive one. There's going to be a massive one. But yeah, that's it for Owarimonogatari Season 2, Episode 5. On to the next Episode 6 and then 7 after that, henceforth, of Owarimonogatari on the next. Should be exciting. Of course. If you like the video, subscribe. If you're new, blah, blah, blah. Comment below if you think you join the Discord. Talk to me about Owarimonogatari Season 2, Episode 5, Phase 0. But until the next episode, Episode 6, that's over. I will be seeing you then.